On today's 30-minute music marketing, the best free tools for DIY musicians.
And they won't cost you a penny. Cue the title sequence.
30-minute music marketing for musicians who want to get better at marketing their music.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hello, I'm Sheldon, and this is 30-minute music marketing, the show for independent artists and DIY musicians who want to get better at marketing their music. Incrementally, every week we're hopefully helping you on your journey to success. Now, one of us, as you can see if you're watching this on the YouTube/Facebooks, I feel like you're going to do some sort of club turn.
Yeah, no, I'm just going old school with a handheld mic.
Yes, one of our microphones is defunct, but hopefully that won't spoil your listening/viewing pleasure. Now, Greg, you've had a busy week, haven't you?
Of a fashion, yes.
Of sorts. You went down to some offices yesterday, I believe.
Yes, I went down to Google's offices.
As you do, you know.
In London. Saw some protesters, which was nice.
Were they protesting your visit to London?
Possibly not. But I was actually going not to see Google, but to go to YouTube studios in London.
And this is where he's going to insert his individual photos and a bit of his footage. So you were doing a bit of filming within the YouTube studios.
I was. I believe you have to get over 10,000 subscribers to get in. So we need some more.
How did you get let in?
I sneaked my way in.
You did?
No, I didn't. So yes, it was a very interesting day. It's a great resource.
Was Mr. Google in?
I don't believe so.
Mr. G. Oogle.
Yeah, so no, just me.
So you've been hobnobbing and bigwigging, and now you're slumming it with the likes of us, are you?
Yeah, I'm back to like double-figure subscribers, but we kind of but hope for more.
You're on a journey, Greg. We're all on a journey.
I know, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
The great thing is we're on a journey with the people at home as well.
Exactly. But
so
go on.
We will say thank you very much for watching and streaming and continuing our exploit. And today we're going to talk about all the little things, the apps, the websites that can help your music career and to build and engage with your audience, and they're not going to cost you a single penny/cent.
Really? Not even on a subscription?
Not even on a subscription.
Not even with add-on?
Some of the things that we will feature, they will incrementally, as you maybe want to use more features. Right. There's a level of service that you can obviously pay a premium for, but at the basic sort of level, they're absolutely free. I've used pretty much the majority of these many times, and even if I don't use them all that often, I've used them enough to know that these are absolutely fantastic. They're free to use, and so in terms of last week's show, which was talking about, if you're growing to a certain extent, then here's the people that you necessarily might need to be paying for. In this episode, these are all the things that you can use to supplement and improve your music marketing, and it won't cost you a dime.
Is it going to make my life easier?
I don't want making your life easier, but it gives you
more accomplished?
More tools in your arsenal. Tools in your arsenal. So for the remainder of this episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hopping onto my MacBook, which has got like 10 tabs open. So it could fall over at any minute. These are going to be interesting times. So obviously for the people who are listening on the podcast, and hello to all you podcast listeners out there, because I know there's quite a few of you, we will discuss as best as possible.
This is what my clipboard is to give the audio description of what Sheldon is describing.
And in the show notes, there'll be links to all the websites and
these
services that were mentioned. You're enjoying saying the word tools.
I do.
There, aren't you?
Yes.
So without further ado, let's hop from this main camera onto my onboard camera on the MacBook, and let's dive right in. Okay. We're in. Hopefully, we're framed right with the onboard camera.
Okay.
If the tops of our heads are missing, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so we're going to start with number one.
Number one is what's number one?
Number one, it says here Canva.
Canva. Are you familiar with Canva, Greg?
I'm going to be honest and say no.
No. Right. What is Canva?
Canva is a simplified graphic design tool website founded in 2012. I see where this is going already. It's like graphic design, and I'm sure you said I need to change my logo.
Yes.
It uses a drag-and-drop format and provides access to photographs, vector images, graphics, and fonts. It is used by non-designers as well as professionals, liking the sound of this. Yep. The tools can be used for both web and print media design and graphics.
So if you think about it, it's a little bit like a desktop publishing program. It's a little bit like Photoshop, and the idea is that create an account. I think I created mine through Facebook. Really easy. It's all cloud-based, so as long as you've got a browser, you can access it.
Anywhere.
In your lunchtime at work, if or whenever you're at work and your boss isn't looking, and get designing. But it lives and breathes through its templates. So whatever you want to design, whether it's an Instagram post, whether it's a Facebook cover header, whether it
are these all in the right in the correct dimensions as well?
These are all pre-figured and pre-made.
So much time.
And so even it's offering us some suggestions. So presentations, that's PowerPoint. The right size for a Facebook post, a Facebook cover, Instagram post, animated social media posts, flyers, posters,
even A4 documents,
templates. They're all here. So
cards, and you can actually add custom dimensions.
You can do something, but obviously the idea is that if someone's gone to the trouble of creating an existing design, which you can maybe have a little fiddle with. So I'm just going to pick Facebook cover, and on the left-hand side, I'm getting several ideas for templates. And again, all the images you can replace with your own images. The fonts you can change, resize. Again, anyone who's used any level of Photoshop will know how to change fonts and what have you. So let's maybe have a look at this Greta May Evans template. So it's got a photo in the background. I can replace that. I can change the font, change the colour of the font. And once I'm happy with that, I can just click download. Bang!
And that'll be a JPEG.
That'll be a JPEG.
PNG
Let's click the download button, and it's been a while since I've done that.
It's a PNG,
JPEG.
Oh, even a PDF as well.
Save to PDF. If you're doing something animated, you can do it
as an
MP4. And
you can even do GIF.
It's all free. There will come a time whereby
who's paying for this?
Well, I think
there's an upgrade. I noticed
there is upgrade facilities that allows you access to, I think, additional templates, to library image additional stock photo images. But at a very basic level, whatever you want to create, especially in the social media world, and especially if all the dimensions are pre-configured for you, so you won't mess anything up, why on earth wouldn't you be using that?
Definitely.
YouTube channel art as well. So I don't know what the art on our main YouTube channel banner is like at the moment. They've got a template for that.
It's the wrong size, so that can be changed. So
there you go. That can be the first thing Greg does once. Oh, you got a recording session.
Yeah, I got a recording session.
Right. So Canva.com. Why on earth wouldn't you use that?
So we've done Canva. So what a great free resource that is. I just like the fact that it is just everything. The template's already created, so you really don't have to
do very
much or worry about the dimensions and stuff like that.
Okay, what's number two?
Number two is Bands in Town.
And for the folks at home, what is Bands in Town?
Bands in Town is a music website billed as a platform where artists and fans connect. The site allows users to receive notifications about tours and the bands playing in the user's area. It also has tools for artists to manage tour dates.
So you, as an artist, can create your own account on Bands in Town. Mm-hmm. Your followers can use Bands in Town to keep track of artists. And the idea is that if you put and list your gigs on the Bands in Town service, if you live near any of these venues, then you will receive a notification when you put a gig on their system, which is great. Not only that...
Do you use this?
Yes. Not only that, you can send messages to your audience.
Okay.
You know, it's obviously one of
It's
the
just
men.
a collective message to all the...
Getting onto that. So it's obviously only one of the ways that you can contact your audience. You'll be doing it daily on social media. But what you generally tend to find is that you have to remind people and let people know about shows so many times. This is just, again, one tool within your arsenal. So you can send a message via posts to all your audience. However, they've just released a feature which was previously a premium paid for feature. Now, you have to email the people at Bands in Town for this, but I did it, and literally within a couple of hours, I was basically in the club. So you can type a message, ding dong dunk, and then you can geo-target that message. You can target by event, but what I've found is much better is you target by location. So obviously my next gig...
it's not in the United Arab Emirates.
It's not yet. It'd be great. So if I go to London, because I'm playing in London, and I can dial in a geographic radius from the centre of London as to how many people I might want to message, because of your slow internet, Greg. You should then get a list of people that it will the number of people that message will reach. Oh, there we go. 757 trackers. Now, not all of them might open that particular message, but that's my potential audience. So a free way to contact people who live in a specific geo-targeted region is a great way to reach your audience wherever they may be if you're playing near them. So anytime you can remind them of that for free is great. Now, what Bands in Town normally does is you can just use that sort of facility. You can use a widget on your website. So it's often tricky keeping updates, keeping all your gigs on your band webpage.
Quick
updated.
Question for you.
You can use that as a widget. Carry on.
On this, does this require people to, like punters, to subscribe to Bands in Town?
They have to subscribe to Bands in Town. But
Can you actually embed a subscription link on your website?
Well, this is it. You can use... I think within the widget, which would list all your gigs, which are taken...
It tells you how many people track you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think within the widget there will be a facility
for people to subscribe to keep notified, right? Okay.
And I think the way that Bands in Town makes its money, I think it might have actually been recently acquired by... it's been acquired by somebody recently. But even at a basic level, you can also... They do a widget for Facebook, which I wouldn't necessarily advise, because I have seen some people who just use the widget to list their events on Facebook, and if they're not actually natively listed within Facebook, you can't actually search for them.
Okay.
But again, it's a free tool. Just one additional weapon in your arsenal, I think, is something that everybody should use.
How did you find out about these?
I read a lot of music marketing articles, and I'll try things out and I'll go, oh, that's good. I'll use that, and maybe, oh no, I've tried that out and it doesn't necessarily work or benefit me in any great way. So I ban it off, and I don't, on my blog, 60secondmusicmarketing.co.uk. That just shows you. It comes up automatically when I type it into Chrome. Right, that's number 2. What's number 3, Greg?
Number 3.
He's not very well, by the way.
I've had a cold. And just a man flu. It's terrible. Right, okay, number 3. Tour box from Songkick. Again, one I'm not familiar with. Songkick is a concert discovery app.
So similar to Bands in Town.
With a community of over 15 million music fans, and has top-ranking SEO tour box.
There was a full stop.
Right,
there,
okay, I'll go again, right. It has over 15 million music fans and has a top-ranking search engine optimization. Tourbox is a tailor-made platform for artists and their teams to manage their tour dates in one place and reach their fans everywhere with that geo-targeted concert alerts.
Right. Now, the reason why I would make sure if you are an artist, all your gigs are listed on Tourbox is that if you list them on Toolbox and you have a Spotify account, it will list them. So I'm going to my band's Spotify page, and I shall go to see all concerts, and that's where they show up.
Is this the only way to get your tour listings on Spotify?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
So
and
for those who
Spotify is a popular destination for people who listen to music and who are the prime and ideal people to help, to come and see your show, for them to go on Spotify, listen to your music, scroll down, and the idea is that, again, it's geo-targeted so that Spotify knows my location, and it will give me a list of. It's a fairly broad church, because this is going all the way up to Kendal and all the way down to Derby, so it must be maybe 50, 70 miles, perhaps.
Right. Okay.
But
in some respects, this counters the artists that don't like Spotify, because they don't earn much money from it. But if you have the opportunity to, if you're going to make your money from your touring.
Yeah, it's another shop window.
Definitely.
Like I said, make sure all your events are listed on there. There's one here. There hasn't been any ticket links, because I think we need to go in and we need to make sure that the ticket URL for the ticket agency or the venue website is listed. But it is, again, it's all for free. Why wouldn't you use it?
I mean, at least with Toolbox, you wouldn't need to do this that often. You'd only need to put it
You only need to do it once. And a lot of these services, Bands in Town and Toolbox, they do scrape the information for events from other services. So a lot of my tickets for my bands are listed on Ticketmaster, they're listed on C Tickets and other places. So a lot of, whenever I go in here, I see that they're already sort of pre-filled. I don't necessarily need to do it. But, it's not a huge, massive hardship, just typing in the venue name, date,
sure,
and a ticket URL.
Okay, so now moving on to number 4.
Number four.
I'm actually familiar with this one.
Yes.
This is Tunes to Tube.
Tunes to Tube.
And Tunes to Tube lets you upload an MP3 to YouTube. And all you need to do is upload an MP3 and an image to the Tunes to Tube server. It will combine them and create a HD video. Once the video is created, the YouTube API is used to upload it to your YouTube channel. And it normally takes about 20 seconds. So it's very fast.
As we know, the YouTube, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the second biggest search engine in the world. It's the number one music destination in the world. It's where the most amount of people go to listen to music. So the more of your music that is up there has the potential to be consumed, discovered. Obviously, it has to have the right amount of tags, etc. We've got a little bit of a thing coming up that might help improve that. But, so if you've got maybe old tracks on an EP or just any audio lying about that doesn't have an actual music promo video itself, then all you need is some sort of cover art to use as the visuals, obviously static visuals, an MP3, and Tunes to Tube will create that for you, as it says, in less than 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, you can even put tags in it as well. And the only thing with the free version is that it will put a small watermark. Yes. I think, to be honest, I don't even know how much it costs to upgrade. It
costs, because I've upgraded.
Have you?
In fact, on occasions.
I didn't even realise you would have used this.
Yeah, again, because I've got albums that and the singles have actual music videos.
Yeah.
But the majority of the album tracks don't, and I want them available for people to listen to and to discover. I think the last time I used it was about £10, and that gives you free use for 60 days. You can make it so that the videos are unlisted or private before you. So in other words, you can go in there. You can change your tags and your descriptions, because I think it always adds video created by tunes to tube. It's like, get it off. In fact, let's just click and upgrade here and let's see how much it costs currently. Well, you can do it for $5 a month, and I think there you go. It was 30 days, $10 for 30 days. But what I do is
30 days
for 30 days. Free upgraded use of the platform.
Excuse me. So in terms of, I mean, even like you can get 6 months for like $15.
But there's no if you've got lots of audio and you want all that audio to be listened to by people on YouTube, so they can relax and listen to the glorious splendour of your music. Tunes to Tube is the one thing that you need in order to easily create music videos.
It is very, very convenient. I mean, yes, you could create a video in Final Cut of an image.
But it's the rendering, and then you're left with 600 megabyte files on your computer. This way, you just take an existing MP3, JPEG, bish bash bosh, it's done.
I mean, so, there are many times when I've used this over something like creating it in Final Cut because it is something that is so easy to do, or, and so fast.
TunesToTube.com is your destination to go to.
So the only thing I think you need to log in is via Google, don't you?
You do. You have to sign in with your Google account that your YouTube channel is associated with.
So, yes, I know that one. Recommend it.
There you go.
So, we're on to number 5.
Number 5.
And this is, we've mentioned this in the past.
Oh, look at this. Enter my password to pick up where I left off. I'm not going to type my password into... Well, I actually don't know what my password is.
You're not recording keystrokes, are you?
And I'm sure it'll come up as dots, but...
Okay, right.
What I've got to do now is I've got to...
Well, whilst you do that,
what we're going to be doing is we'll no doubt be editing this bit out. See, it's saved into my browser.
Right.
But if you ask me to type it in, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I got you. I think we're all guilty
don't want
of this.
people to know how few people are actually listed on my...
I think your skills and abilities are not in review.
Create templates.
Mr. Sheldon.
There we go. Right.
Okay.
Right. Edit. Right. You can start here now, Greg.
Okay. Right. So number 5.
Number 5.
We talked about this one in the past, and it is MailChimp.
MailChimp.
MailChimp is software which gives you the ability to create and manage mailing lists, newsletters, automated campaigns, and more. So
lots of large companies use this to drive their email marketing. It's free up to the first 2,000 subscribers. So the idea is...
That's going to be free for
a lot of people for a long time. The idea is that you pick a template which suits your music/band newsletter. Let's choose this one that says indoor sports, but there's nothing to say that it can't necessarily be music. That will load into your sort of template area, and the idea is that everything is based on individual blocks. Now, obviously, these blocks are pre-prepared, so we've got like an image block, we've got a heading text block, a text block here, a button, and so the idea is that if this template pretty much suits your needs, you can just maybe replace the image,
that you
edit and
the first one that
you created in Canva. You can do that, or in addition, if you need to maybe radically overhaul one of these existing templates on the right-hand side of the page, we've got blocks. I think they would refer to. I think WordPress now, by default, has blocks as a system of content creation. One of these blocks here is just, say, an image and a caption, and we can literally just drag that. So say we'll drag that into the main body here, and we get the option to browse for an image, alter the text underneath. And the idea is that you create maybe a standard template that you could use month on month.
Yeah.
Once you've created that, so we're in October as we record this, we could create an October newsletter. Then when we come in next month for the November one, we just take the October one, resave it, use the existing sort of template, bish bash bosh.
Yeah.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Keep in touch with your fans via email at zero cost. With a professional looking template.
It does. It looks really good.
It is.
And at the end of the day, if the I can't believe I actually just said at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
If big companies are using it, it obviously
Yes.
works.
What I will say is it can, once you start really racking up the email addresses, it can get a little expensive, but let's worry about that later.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, that probably will be the least of your worries at that
Very
point.
much so. And the free version is fine. The paid for version, which charges you for the amount of people who are on your list, you can do things such as it can work out the best time to send your email to get the best open rates. There's lots of things you can do with it.
Okay, sounds great.
Uh-huh.
So, right, we're now on to number 6, and this is Anchor.
Anchor.
And Anchor is a service which can publish your podcast across all major podcasting sites with one click of a button.
Click.
Get the impression you've used this for this very
what
thing.
on earth, a free podcasting service? What sort of cheapskate YouTube channel / music magazine podcast would do that? Yes, it's us.
Okay, and the app can record a podcast with numerous people as easily as making a phone call.
Well, what obviously we do is we take an existing audio file, but I believe that it's available via an app. I don't know whether you'll be able to do it on the actual website itself. It can even record, obviously, if you have no recording facilities, you can record through the app. But basically, it's a free podcasting distribution platform. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the others. Bish bash bosh, publish it. It goes to them all. It doesn't cost you a penny. If, on the off chance that your podcast becomes mega famous, you can even put advertising on it and start earning a revenue from it and creating a new. You get statistics. Creating a new episode. Oh, there we go. We can actually do it from within the browser. Record from within the browser.
So just record through the microphone on your Mac. Or...
Yeah. So all I do is I find the MP3, drag it to there, and once your podcast is in the system, I think it's on. It seems to be on Apple before Spotify these days. The last one I published was on there within a matter of minutes.
Wow!
So podcasts are we're in apparently the golden age of podcasts. Podcasting is the thing to be into. What better way to be discovered and to spend some quality? And that's the thing. It's all about spending quality time with your listeners.
Yeah.
Your listeners have, hopefully very few sort of distractions. They've got you beaming into your ears. It's fantastic. Plus as well, it's distributed on Spotify, so it's another way to showcase your talents on a very popular platform.
And then you can obviously have Songkick telling everyone your gigs, and these all sound very interconnected.
It's free. Again, if you'd have told us 15 years ago that we could create a podcast for free, distribute it for free. The thing is, my band has its own podcast, and it's actually distributed through another platform, which costs me about £6 a month. And I actually think this is better. Good old Anchor.
I am going to ask the question then.
Carry
that
on.
most of them are thinking...
Anchor's been bought by Spotify as well, because Spotify. So podcasts are going to get ever more priority within the Spotify platform, for the simple reason that podcasts are created obviously by individuals, and you don't need to pay somebody a royalty if they're listening to audio, which is a podcast, on Spotify. Whereas if you listen to Drake or Rihanna or Katy Perry, then you have to pay their record company.
Right.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to train the listeners, don't listen to music that costs us money, listen to some podcasts. So that's one of the reasons why Spotify bought Anchor, because podcasts are becoming an ever stronger priority because podcasts are becoming more popular. But it's a way for...
I suppose it's like YouTube for the listener, isn't it?
Yeah.
As in, people are usually listening to informative things like what we're doing now. Possibly. So the question I'm going to ask is,
Carry on.
if you think this is better than the other thing that you're paying to use,
Yes.
why are you using the other thing that you're paying to use?
Because, I've got to... I'd have to transfer from one to the... I haven't got time for that.
Okay, so it's purely a time thing.
Yeah, when I get in, I've got to try and send off a tea towel to be manufactured. I'm busy, Greg. I'm a busy person.
A towel to be manufactured.
Tea
You don't
towels.
you just don't.
You
get
know
me.
how well tea towels go on the merch stall.
Yeah,
does.
it's bonkers.
It is. People
Right.
want tea towels. Right, so that's Anchor. Free podcasting. Shows you podcasts.
Another top tip there, Sheldon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we're on to number 7, and this is vidIQ.
vidIQ.
With metrics that go beyond YouTube analytics, vidIQ Vision delivers a comprehensive optimization with a Z report card for any YouTube video right on your browser.
So, it's a Chrome plugin that you
Okay.
get from the
Chrome
Chrome
store,
web
yeah.
store. It's free at a basic use, and it gives you fantastic YouTube stats on any YouTube video and stuff within your own YouTube channel. Some of the stats that YouTube used to give you, they have changed in the past sort of 12 months or so. So this gives you a great amount of stats. So if I can find, let's have a look.
Are you able to give us an example of these stats?
Give me a popular music video, Greg.
Oh, you put me on the spot now. Let's take a Katy Perry.
Right. What's that one? California, what's its face?
California Girls.
Yes. Now I'm going to have to maybe mute this because we don't want to. We don't want to set off any content ID problems. So we get some stats here. Overview. Okay. 488 million videos.
I'm looking at the wrong part on the screen.
Let's have a look. SEO. It's got 64 out of 100 in terms of search engine optimized. The best thing here, if you scroll down, is we get some tags for the video. So you can see the tags that people embed within their video. Now, this particular one isn't a great example, although I can see the tags are Katy Perry, California Girls, official music video, California Girls video, Snoop Dogg, Teenage Dream. This is a good way to spy on, not necessarily your musical competitors, but you can go into videos that are quite popular within your genre of music and see what tags they might be using. It also shows you the tags that are embedded within the channel that might be of some use. You get general performance stats as well. So that's good. So it's good for, for free, for keeping an eye on the competition.
So not only can you use this for your own stuff, but you can also use it to find out about others.
Yeah. So, but when we come to actually upload a video ourselves, first off, you will get an ability whereby you can create a custom YouTube thumbnail. You can select any frame on your video, overlay a simple text, but if you haven't got necessarily any other facility to do that, you can do that very easily. When it comes to adding tags, so let's just say I was adding a tag to a recently uploaded video, the plugin will offer suggested tags based on what you start typing. So
Right.
I've just typed, for the benefit of the people listening to the podcast, I've just typed the word comedy, and it suggested Comedy Central, Comedy Movies, Comedy Central UK. Obviously, the idea is that you only use the ones that are appropriate, because you don't want people to be enticed to your video from an incorrect tag and then go, oh, this is nothing to do with what I was searching for, and then bounce out again, because that affects your search ranking. But it's great to type in or start typing in a tag. So I've just typed in festival, and it's come up with some suggestions. Festival drugs, festival music, festival outfits. Again, some of them might be appropriate, and you might not have thought about that before. So it's a great way of getting additional suggestions for your YouTube tags. And what else have we got? Some other suggestions. We've got recommended tags, and we get search rankings as well. So it's suggested in this particular case stand-up comedy with a ranking of 59.3, and it's all free.
Many times when I've used this over something like creating it in Final Cut, because it is something that is so easy to do, or and so fast.
TunesToTube.com is your destination to go to.
So the only thing I think you need to log in is via Google, don't you?
You do. You have to sign in with your Google account that your YouTube channel is associated with.
So yes, I know that one. Recommend it.
There you go.
So we're on to number 5.
Number 5.
And this is, we've mentioned this in the past.
Oh, look at this. Enter my password to pick up where I left off. I'm not going to type my password into... Well, I actually don't know what my password is.
You're not recording keystrokes, are you?
And I'm sure it'll come up as dots, but...
Okay, right.
What I've got to do now is I've got to...
Well, whilst do that,
what we're going to be doing is... We'll no doubt be editing this bit out. See, it's saved into my browser.
Right.
But if you ask me to type it in, I don't know what it is.
Oh, I got you. I think we're all
I also
guilty
don't want
of this.
people to know how few people are actually listed on my...
I think your skills and abilities are not in review.
Create template.
Mr. Sheldon.
There we go. Right.
Okay.
Right. Edit. Right. You can start here now, Greg.
Okay, right, so number 5.
Number 5.
We talked about this one in the past, and it is MailChimp.
MailChimp.
MailChimp is software which gives you the ability to create and manage mailing lists, newsletters, automated campaigns, and more. So
lots of large companies use this to drive their email marketing. It's free up to the first 2,000 subscribers. So the idea is...
That's going to be free for a
lot of people for a long time. The idea is that you pick a template which suits your music/band newsletter. Let's choose this one that says indoor sports, but there's nothing to say that it can't necessarily be music. That will load into your sort of template area. And the idea is that everything is based on individual blocks. Now, obviously, these blocks are pre-prepared. So we've got like an image block. We've got a heading text block, a text block here, a button. And so the idea is that if this template pretty much suits your needs, you can just maybe replace the image.
That you
edit and
the first one that we talked about.
That you created in Canva. You can do that. Or in addition, if you need to maybe radically overhaul one of these existing templates on the right-hand side of the page, we've got blocks, I think they would refer to. I think WordPress now, by default, has blocks as a system of content creation. One of these blocks here is just, say, an image and a caption, and we can literally just drag that. So say we'll drag that into the main body here, and we get the option to browse for an image, alter the text underneath. And the idea is that you create maybe a standard template that you could use month on month. Once you've created that, so we're in October as we record this, we could create an October newsletter. Then when we come in next month for the November one, we just take the October one, resave it, use the existing sort of template, bish bash bosh. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Keep in touch with your fans via email at zero cost. With a professional looking template.
It does, it looks really good.
It is.
And at the end of the day, if the... I can't believe I actually just said at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
If, big companies are using it, it obviously works.
What I will say is it can, once you start really racking up the email addresses, it can get a little expensive, but let's worry about that later.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, that probably will be the least of your worries at that
Very
point.
much so. And the free version is fine. The paid for version, which charges you for the amount of people who are on your list, you can do things such as it can work out the best time to send your email to get the best open rates. There's lots of things you can do with it.
Okay, sounds great.
So
right, we're now on to number 6, and this is Anchor. And Anchor is a service which can publish your podcast across all major podcasting sites with one click of a button.
Click.
I get the impression you've used this for this very
what
thing.
What on earth, a free podcasting service? What sort of cheapskate YouTube channel / music marketing podcast would do that? Yes, it's us.
Okay, and the app can record a podcast with numerous people as easily as making a phone call.
Well, what obviously we do is we take an existing audio file, but I believe that it's available via an app. I don't know whether you'll be able to do it on the actual website itself. It can even record. Obviously, if you have no recording facilities, you can record through the app. But basically, it's a free podcasting distribution platform. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the others. Bish bash bosh, publish it. It goes to them all. It doesn't cost you a penny. If, on the off chance that your podcast becomes mega famous, you can even put advertising on it and start earning a revenue from it and creating a new. You get statistics. Creating a new episode. Oh, there we go. We can actually do it from within the browser. Record from within the browser.
So just record through the microphone on your Mac. Or?
Yeah. So all I do is I find the MP3, drag it to there, and once your podcast is in the system, I think it's on. It seems to be on Apple before Spotify these days. The last one I published was on there within a matter of minutes.
Wow.
So podcasts are we're in apparently the golden age of podcasts. Podcasting is the thing to be into. What better way to be discovered and to spend some quality? And that's the thing. It's all about spending quality time with your listeners.
Yeah.
Your listeners have, hopefully very few sort of distractions. They've got you beaming into your ears. It's fantastic. Plus as well, it's distributed on Spotify, so it's another way to showcase your talents on a very popular platform. And
then you can obviously have Songkick telling everyone your gigs. And
these
all sound very interconnected.
It's free. Again, if you'd have told us 15 years ago that we could create a podcast for free, distribute it for free. The thing is, my band has its own podcast, and it's actually distributed through another platform, which costs me about £6 a month. And I actually think this is better. Good old Anchor.
I am going to ask the question then.
Carry on.
Most of them are thinking...
Anchor's been bought by Spotify as well, because Spotify... So podcasts are going to get ever more priority within the Spotify platform, for the simple reason that podcasts are created obviously by individuals, and you don't need to pay somebody a royalty if they're listening to audio, which is a podcast, on Spotify. Whereas if you listen to Drake or Rihanna or Katy Perry, then you have to pay their record company.
Right.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to train the listeners. Don't listen to music that costs us money. Listen to some podcasts. So that's one of the reasons why Spotify bought Anchor, because podcasts are becoming an ever stronger priority, because podcasts are becoming more popular. But it's a way for...
I suppose it's like YouTube for the listener, isn't it? As in, people are usually listening to informative things like what we're doing now. Possibly. So the question I'm going to ask is, if you think this is better than the other thing that you're paying to use, why are you using the other thing that you're paying to use?
Because I've got to. I'd have to transfer from one to the. I haven't got time for that.
Okay, so it's purely a time thing.
Yeah, when I get in, I've got to try and send off a tea towel to be manufactured. I'm busy, Greg. I'm a busy person.
A towel to be manufactured.
Tea towels.
You just don't.
You know how well tea towels go on the merch stall.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
It is. People want tea towels. Right, so that's Anchor. Free podcasting. shows you podcasts.
Another top tip there, Sheldon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we're on to number 7, and this is vidIQ.
vidIQ.
With metrics that go beyond YouTube analytics, vidIQ Vision delivers a comprehensive optimization with a Z report card for any YouTube video right on your browser.
So it's a Chrome plugin that you get from the Chrome Web Store. It's free at a basic use, and it gives you fantastic YouTube stats on any YouTube video and stuff within your own YouTube channel. Some of the stats that YouTube used to give you, they have changed in the past sort of 12 months or so. So this gives you a great amount of stats. So if I can find, let's have a look.
Are you able to give us an example of these stats?
Give me a popular music video, Greg.
Oh, you put me on the spot now. Let's take a Katy Perry.
Right. What's that one? California, what's its face?
California Girls.
Yes. Now, I'm going to have to maybe mute this because we don't want to... We don't want to set off any content ID problems. So we get some stats here. Overview. Okay. 488 million videos.
I'm looking at the wrong part on the screen.
Let's have a look. SEO. It's got 64 out of 100 in terms of search engine optimized. The best thing here, if you scroll down, is we get some tags for the video. So you can see the tags that people embed within their video. Now, this particular one isn't a great example, although I can see the tags are Katy Perry, California Girls, official music video, California Girls video, Snoop Dogg, Teenage Dream. This is a good way to spy on, not necessarily your musical competitors, but you can go into videos that are quite popular within your genre of music and see what tags they might be using. It also shows you the tags that are embedded within the channel that might be of some use. You get general performance stats as well. So that's good. So it's good for, for free, for keeping an eye on the competition.
So not only can you use this for your own stuff, but you can also use it to find out about others.
Yeah. So, but when we come to actually upload a video ourselves, first off, you get an ability whereby you can create a custom YouTube thumbnail. You can select any frame on your video, overlay a simple text, but if you haven't got necessarily any other facility to do that, you can do that very easily. When it comes to adding tags, so let's just say I was adding a tag to a recently uploaded video, the plugin will offer suggested tags based on what you start typing. So I've just typed, for the benefit of the people who are listening to the podcast, I've just typed the word comedy, and it suggested Comedy Central, Comedy Movies, Comedy Central UK. Obviously, the idea is that you only use the ones that are appropriate, because you don't want people to be enticed to your video from an incorrect tag and then go, oh, this is nothing to do with what I was searching for, and then bounce out again, because that affects your search ranking. But it's great to type in or start typing in a tag. So I've just typed in festival, and it's come up with some suggestions. Festival drugs, festival music, festival outfits. Again, some of them might be appropriate, and you might not have thought about that before. So it's a great way of getting additional suggestions for your YouTube tags. And what else have we got? Some other suggestions. We've got recommended tags, and we get search rankings as well. So it's suggested in this particular case stand-up comedy with a ranking of 59.3, and it's all free. And I think you can export your tags as a CSV file to use in Excel. And it's given me a little bit of an overview. My channel's had 3.2 thousand people watching in the last 48 hours. That's all right. And all that information has come for free from vidIQ. So thanks to the people at vidIQ for producing a nice, lovely little free Chrome plugin to help us with our YouTube stats and tags.
So, moving on to the last one, which is number 8, you've put listen to podcasts.
Yes, there are a number of podcasts that I would recommend. Obviously, in addition to ours. Well, I mean, why would you listen to any other podcast? So these are the ones that I recommend. CD Baby, you're familiar with CD Baby?
Yes.
They do a DIY musician podcast. There are 240 episodes on there.
It's quite a few.
Well done to them. Some sample episodes that they've done within the past 12 months or so. Dominating in a niche market.
Okay.
Creating a live stream experience. How to promote your music in the holiday season. It's coming back up to Christmas, Greg.
Yep.
You might have Christmas albums if you're a musician. How best to promote it. The two guys who run it are Kevin and Chris. They work at CD Baby, but they're also, in their own right, DIY musicians on the side, like a lot of us.
Yeah.
So they can bring their own sort of first-hand experiences into play and also comment in a way that the audience are DIY musicians. In the same way as ourselves. I'm a DIY musician, so I know exactly what goes down in DIY musicians town. They're the same for them, and they only bring things into play that they feel are going to be beneficial to their audience. It's not all about music marketing. They do things about, stage performances and doing sort of set lists and, how to identify, a good producer to work with your music. So I just think it's a nice listen. I enjoy it. I listen each and every. I think it comes out. Is it once every month? Maybe that. Maybe once every 3 weeks. Who knows?
So the next one you put on that is the Music Industry Blueprints podcast by Rick Barker.
Rick Barker. Do you know who Rick Barker is?
No idea.
He's a music manager. His first act that he managed was somebody called Taylor Swift. I don't know if you've heard of her. Yeah,
possibly.
She's gone on to do all right, hasn't she? So that's Rick's claim to fame. He's got a short, it's like 10, 15 minutes. He does 2 episodes a week.
No, I have seen stuff with him before. And
you might. Yes. I occasionally tweet.
And yeah,
tweet
he did some really
episodes.
good, really interesting stuff.
Well, the thing is, he's very much working with artists at a ground level. He knows what's going down.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to tell people when they're necessarily sort of going wrong. So he's a great advocate for doing a lot of work. Obviously, ultimately, his podcast is what they refer to as content marketing. He does that to attract an audience for people to go, oh Rick, he knows what he's doing. And obviously, he sells services additionally on the back of that. But I think it's just a great short podcast twice a week where he will give his advice on publishing, social media marketing. I think he does sell a little small social media marketing course. And he just offers general hints and tips that he offers to the public in the way that he offers it to the artists that he coaches and manages. So good old Rick. I like his podcast. And he's got one of those great, really rich voices. You can listen to an episode once I've gone.
I will do.
Is me promoting the competition. No, he's all right, he's Rick.
So the next one you put is the Social Media Marketing Podcast.
Now, this is nothing... Are you going to answer that phone? Utterly professional to the end, Greg.
Sorry, I muted the one. Hello? Mum, I'm in a podcast. Can I call you back? Sorry, that's why I didn't answer. And I didn't... Mum, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, if you're not answering on one phone,
she does that.
there's a fucking reason for it.
Right.
So by the way, we should be on here now.
Sure, I'm here, right? Okay. Well, we'll cut this right. Social Media Marketing Podcast.
So this isn't a music podcast.
Yeah.
It's for business. I'll use his strapline. You know, we've got a strapline. The show for independent artists and DIY musicians who want to get better at matching their music. His is it's the podcast for business owners who want to know what works with social media. I've listened to that many episodes. I can recite its strapline.
I thought our new one was #Music Marketing Monday.
Oh yes, it is indeed. And if it's Monday and you're watching this, thank you very much. There's 370 episodes. He does one a week. So it's hosted by a bloke called Michael Stelzner, and his company sells like music marketing conferences, and this is the way that he builds up an audience. And there's 370 episodes, and each week he gets on an expert in one particular aspect of social media marketing and gets them to, he chats with them and records a podcast about it. So I'm listening to one at the moment about TikTok. So I'm not on TikTok at the moment. Maybe I should be. So so what I do is I don't religiously listen to everyone. So I just listen, go through and see right now which one is going to be applicable to me. So listen to one about TikTok. Recently, he's had one how to build your personal brand, how to create engaging Instagram stories, how to develop superfans. All that is relevant to people who are marketing their music. So not every episode is going to be relevant, but it's all done in a way that it's easy to follow, and you can generally, the person who is his interviewee, they'll have probably some form of podcast or what have you. So you can even hop, if you like the advice from that particular person, you can hop on and discover more of their world. That's why they agree to go on these things.
Right, gotcha. So the final one is the Gary V audio experience.
Now, I've talked to you about Gary Vaynerchuk before.
You have spoken about...
You've never listened to him, have you?
I have listened to him.
You're lying.
Not as religiously as yourself.
He has a podcast every day.
Really?
Yes.
But I know he's very successful.
He's very successful at what he does, but what he does, he uses the audio from other things for the most part. Like in the same way that we take the audio from our video and used to create a podcast. He does this, he does the same. But the thing you've got to remember is he's got a team of, I think it's about nearly 20 people creating all his content for all his platforms.
Yeah.
So not everything is going to be maybe particularly relevant for you, but he's a very dynamic, he's basically the person who will give you the kick up the backside that you need in order to get stuff done, because that's what he does.
It's kind of weird because he is quite charismatic and engaging.
He's a bit shouty. If you're a Brit, you might find his New York. I think he's from New York, somewhere on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You might find it a little bit abrasive at first, but I've sort of tuned out of all of that, and he's
just an honest person. He just
that's basically that's his thing. It's like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. For the most part, his mantra is you need to get a lot of work done. And once you've done a lot of work, you'll be fairly competent at something, and then you can crack on.
Yeah.
So some of the sample podcasts that are currently popping up at the top of his feed at the moment: 10 ways to have a winner's mindset. Do you have a winner's mindset, Greg?
Not today.
He will give you, you've got a cold.
Yes.
But maybe after listening to his 10 ways to have a winner's mindset podcast, you might have more of a mindset.
Hopefully so.
How to figure out who you really are.
Still trying to
understanding consumers.
Okay.
And what he does as well, this is the great thing, is he charges people, I think it's $10,000 to spend a day with him in his company to see how things work. And for that, you get a couple of hours and have a meeting, and all these business owners who've paid $10,000 asking questions. He'll record that, and he will make that exercise available for us for listen to for free. Right. So you can see how other business owners who want to develop their own little niches. Mm-hmm. You can listen in from that and get all that, basically $10,000 worth of advice for free.
You can't go wrong with that.
And he's just a great, morale boosting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He although you say he's quite abrupt, blunt, he at the same time
lots of effing and jeffing as well.
Yeah, but he's quite animated and he does inspire.
He does. It's just he's very much a figurehead for the come on, you can do this. It's going to take a lot of work, and as anyone who is a successful DIY musician knows, it does take a lot of... Again, I'm going home and I'm sorting out tea towels. And then on Saturday, I'm driving down to the opposite end of the country, where you've just been to the YouTube offices.
Yes.
Are you going to have a business card saying I've visited YouTube?
My Facebook profile already has been changed.
Here we go. But yeah, he's the tonic you often need if you're feeling down and you need a bit of a boost.
Yeah, definitely.
Gary will you can listen to him and hopefully be buoyed by his level of enthusiasm. So lots of free things there in terms of graphics creation, video creation, how to get better at tagging your videos, podcast creation, so many things that you can get your teeth into, sending emails, and it's not going to cost you a bean.
So there you go. How
As in,
helpful is
and
that?
watching this this video and listening to this podcast has also been gloriously free.
Exactly. So that's a lot.
No, that's probably because people wouldn't pay any money for it.
That's not entirely.
No. We want to, our vision is always to help people. A rising tide raises all ships. That's always been my motto.
Okay, there you have it.
It is.
So, well, thank you very much for watching. If there's anything that we have
Missed, so is there something that you use which is free that you would recommend to other DIY musicians? Let us know in the comments below. Send us some form of message on whichever part of the interwebs that you're currently consuming this, and we can check it out. We can maybe have a subsequent or follow-up episode.
That'd be good.
And until next time, we will see you soon.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.